Hey, ladies and gentlemen, cocks and coquettes, welcome to the first episode of the Coinflip podcast. I am a host, Liam Zacharias, as my Twitter says, and with us today we have our other host. We have Justin. He's lead brain, was it?
Yeah, definitely lead brain.
Definitely lead brain.
Man, you're just gonna be a terrible host.
No, I'm not even. It's not even that bad. It's pretty good so far.
Yeah.
So, I reckon to kick off a podcast, we've watched a few podcasts before. I watched Baited, as every normie did at one point. I watched the Ricky Gervais podcast, but fucking it was so boring. What was that retarded Amazing Atheist one? The Drunken Peasants. It's so like shit after a while. It's just every episode they're so serious, like fucking liberal agenda, baby, all that crap, just fucking cancer.
So we're just not actually going to be talking about it. We're just going to be talking smack about.
We'll be talking smack. We don't care if you're offended. Fucking patriarchy, all that cancer, man. It's fun stuff. Fun times will be had by all. This is a test, so if the audio sounds bad, feel free to complain. We definitely won't take your comment to heed.
Please put a fuck you comment, please. We love them.
Yeah, that'll affect us. Ooh. Any prostitute. Let's think about some stuff. So we're going to be talking about right now why politics is shit. Now here's the thing.
Good old Barnaby Joyce fucking his mistress.
Yeah, we're Australian. Justin, what would you call yourself? You said you were a libertarian a while ago.
Definitely libertarian.
Now, why? What aspects if you feel libertarianism? Because do whatever. They're a bit more free, I guess.
The whole idea of libertarianism is primarily to just be free, be yourself, ultimately speaking.
Yeah, but
you could argue that the flaws in that is due to that is it doesn't allow proper government intervention.
Okay, which
is a pretty big flaw when you think about you haven't got a centralized body that doesn't actually protect you, because the idea is just limited power.
I know all that stuff, but let me tell you something really weird. My grandmother is a full a liberal, but she's very nice. My grandfather is more of a libertarian you.
Wait, stop. No, what do you mean by liberal? What do you mean by liberal?
Liberal as a bit more progressive.
Do you mean liberal in the sense of Australia, or do you mean...
Oh, definitely Australian, you know what I mean.
But... Well, no, because we got the Liberal Party and they're not very fucking progressive.
I mean, I guess that... Oh, hang on, let me see. She's more on the Labour side of things, I guess you could say.
Okay, yeah, so the worker. Yeah,
the working...
worker...
looking out for the working man, all that shit.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Look, politics gets boring after a while, but just knowing
why
the
fuck are we talking about it for our first thing?
Because it's kind of...
I thought we were going to talk about Jessica Jones in the new fucking season.
Oh yeah, let's talk about fucking superheroes. That's not oversaturated. Any prostitute. So, as you can see, we saw Black Panther a while ago. Yeah. I pointed out beforehand a while ago, 2 years ago almost, in fact, that I was feeling a lot of superhero fatigue. I'm kind of tired of the genre. There are YouTubers like Ralph Movie Maker, I Hate Everything, do wonderful videos and analyses on videos like this about how superhero movies have just kind of lost their oomph. Obviously, cinemas are going to continue to shit them out because they make companies billions of dollars. Like what? Marvel just made a ridiculous amount of this Black Panther shit.
Fucking the cinematic universe is the most valuable franchise in the world now.
The movies, the Marvel movies are not very good, and that's not saying much.
What do you mean? What do you mean by good? Because
they all become really they're all very safe and predictable after a while. Ooh,
yeah, the story.
Black Panther gets thrown off a fucking waterfall. Is he gonna be dead? Probably fucking not.
Probably. That's true. I did feel I did understand more about the superhero fatigue that you were talking about.
And going back to liberals, have you noticed how every superhero movie tries to stay on the liberal side of things? Every fucking Superman's a liberal fucking. You've seen Justice League. Don't tell me you saw it.
Yeah, I saw Justice League, but I wouldn't say it was liberal.
As if fucking.
How so?
Well, think about it. The whole thing is we're fighting for peace, and we're stopping fucking Stephen. Or George Wolf or whatever.
Holy shit, he was fucking shit.
There are shit villains in the DC. No, DC has good villains.
Yeah.
Marvel has decent, mediocre villains. I'd say that probably I prefer the DC characters a lot more. Marvel, I guess, make better movies, but I don't really like them either. I feel a lot of superhero movies are in really bad spots right now. I swear, whatever DC puts out, even if they put somewhat effort into it.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, DC's got to compete with Marvel, and Marvel's just smashing it.
Marvel, I wouldn't say, they're smashing it box office wise, and idiots, like that chubby chick on Facebook who I won't mention, always has a nut over him. They're not that good, okay? And it's just, it's too safe and fucking... I've said safe so much, but it's safe. You know what's going to happen next.
Absolutely.
You even said to me after we saw Black Panther, mate, I know what you mean by superhero fatigue.
Yeah, I know because the thing is, kind of like, I know we had the similar conversation around Thor Ragnarok, because
I did not like Thor Ragnarok as much as everybody else. Like had a massive
Ragnarok.
had like a massive wank over it. It was like, oh fuck, this is like the second coming of Jesus. It's not that good. Settle down. I will say it's probably the best Thor movie. Out of all of them.
It's definitely the best Thor movie.
But it's just like they're trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. You saw like the whole aesthetic they were going for, like
the whole
outer planet sort of shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's supposed to be like a fun rom. Like
but that's what they said about Justice League, and it was just had an identity crisis.
Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, which was
that was really
kicking way to open a movie.
All right, have you noticed?
And
if I can just say,
if I can,
right, mate. Can I just say, have you noticed how generic it is when like movies in general they'll open with like fucking. Like a freeze frame, and it's like, "Hi, this is me. I bet you're wondering how I got in this situation." I hate that fucking I hate that like stereotype so much, and it happens at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok. It's so shit. It's like, "Hi, I bet you're wondering how." Like,
there was one
the
fucking
famous
movie.
Thor got in here.
There was one fucking movie that I partially saw. It fucking opens with that. But and then it ends in that exact sequence, but then with the guy fucking sniping Morgan Freeman in the fucking back of the head. I can't remember what the fucking movie was called.
Kingsman?
No, not fucking Kingsman.
Because even the second one was kind of forgettable. Even though I like guiltily laughed at like a shitty Rocket Man joke that they made. Like everybody in the theater kind of cringed, but I was like, oh fuck. Takes a bit to make me laugh, but like certain comedies in general.
Yeah, fucking Wanted. It fucking opens with. The main character giving a monologue and then fucking shooting Morgan Freeman in the back of the head.
That'll be probably more entertaining for me than a fucking shitty superhero movie. Like, think about Justice League. It was directed mainly by Zack Snyder, but he had like some breakdown. I can't remember. There's probably a reason. I think his daughter killed himself. I understand.
Killed himself? What daughter?
Herself.
Listen here.
No, that's like actually like serious or whatever. But you know. So that happened. He had, understandably, had a bit of a breakdown, went off. Then this is no fault of his. It was directed by, what's that Marvel guy? Josh Whedon, was it? He took the helm after Zack Snyder left. Yeah, search it up.
Yeah, DC. Oh, okay, yeah.
Stop looking up reviews. They're all shit. And anyway,
just talking points,
see,
mate. Come on.
It's kind of like he directed half, and then Josh Whedon directed the other half. It's sort of an identity crisis. The third act in particular, where they're all just like, oh fuck, we just stopped Steppenwolf, Superman's back. It's just kind of lame.
Yeah, when Superman gets back, it was fucking ridiculous. It's just like, yeah, they're fucking.
Why is he like naked? Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Because he was fucking dead. Yeah,
but he comes back like literally at the end of Batman versus Superman or whatever, and he's just like, oh fuck, floating rocks out of his grave. That fucking shocker of the century, and it was just shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember how much we complained when we came out of that theater 2 years ago?
Fuck, we fucking were whinging about that shit.
Azza was like going off when we went home. He was like, that movie was shit. I can't believe we wasted $9 on that crap.
Shit,
it was
fucking shit, though. It was building up this massive battle, kills him off in the third movie of the fucking franchise. And then they bring him back in the next major install.
It's like in Black Panther, like the Marvel side of things, where like they throw him off. That fucking XXX Tentacion looking motherfucker like throws him off the waterfall, and he's just full on like, oh, I'm the king now, and everybody thinks he's dead. We know he's not dead, and when they actually find out, oh my god, he's alive, they act like it's the biggest reveal, like we didn't see it coming. What the fuck? We obviously saw it coming.
Honestly, because right now, the superhero movies are more about their spectacle, right? Which is why everyone's so excited about Infinity War.
That's why everybody...
Infinity War is just going to be a fucking...
There is nothing appealing about Infinity War to me. It just looks fucking shit, predictable.
It's going to be predictable.
It's going to be like, oh, we're getting together even more. We're not going to take criticism on board. Instead, we're just going to get it together even more superheroes. Like, you like spectacle, and spectacle of a good story I can see going down. I enjoyed Doctor Strange with all its flaws.
Yeah, all its flaws. It was simple, plain storytelling, but the visuals in that movie were fucking phenomenal.
They were pretty good. I saw it.
Fucking, like, out of this fucking world. Imagine, even though there were points where I was like, that was bad fucking CGI.
Imagine, because I heard Chris Reagan, after we came back from camp a few years ago at school, I heard Chris Reagan go, like, I saw it in IMAX, it was brilliant. So I'm like, oh, I better do that. I went to Sydney with my cousins 2 days later, saw it in IMAX. I'd say it was very, like, breathtaking almost.
Yeah, because the idea of that was just supposed to be
and
fucking cities turning on cities.
Yeah, even in that, like, fucking moment, I was like, oh... Yeah, it reminded me. I remembered what like the superhero allure and charm was, but then I'm distracted by all these like lifeless, predictable Marvel movies. Like, ooh, Thor Ragnarok, fucking what's his face? All the TV series, the DC shit, like Wonder Woman. Everybody nutted over. Then like
Wonder Woman was alright. I found it alright.
It's like a very, 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 very.
I found it quite enjoyable.
I
found it more enjoyable than Black Panther.
I liked it probably more than Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, fucking the past 2 Avengers movies or whatever. Look, Wonder Woman was like, it's a 6 out of 10, nothing more. It's not the second coming of Jesus. It's not like fucking Citizen Kane of superhero movies. Settle down.
Yeah. I mean, what?
It was okay. It's not great. There's nothing spectacular about it.
Yeah.
And that's what people had the same thing about Black Panther. And it was just because, I don't want to sound like a douche, but you have to think that this factors in a bit. It's kind of like, oh my god, it's an empowering female superhero. Oh my god, it's a heroic black superhero. We're turning the white supremacy on its head. And I'm not saying it like that, even though I just did, but you kind of see that fatigue, and that's like the only reason I don't want it to get a pass just because of that. It's kind of like, hey, look, it's Spider-Man. Hey, look, it's Deadpool. That means I like it, regardless of the quality of the actual film. Google, why is Marvel shit?
You said it wrong. It's okay, Google.
Okay, Google, why is Marvel shit? See, even Google doesn't want to answer because
Hang on.
No. Fuck off. Who cares?
I can't understand.
Can't
comprehend.
Even it doesn't want to deal with Marvel's bullshit. I don't blame it, to be honest. So anyway, I'm not a big fan of Marvel. Less of a fan of DC. They put out 4 movies so far, and it's been like Man of Steel.
But you would say you enjoyed Jessica Jones, though.
Oh, let's flip the script onto the TV side of things.
Flip it to the TV side because
DC has some.
The TV side.
DC has, my brother is really into it. DC has some, because Owen's like a massive DC fanboy. Well, he likes Marvel too, but like, he still understands the allure. I felt the fatigue pretty early on, and I feel like you might be feeling that now.
Yeah,
I'll still watch Infinity War.
I was never keen to watch Black Panther, but at the same time, I was like,
it's because
I'll go watch it.
Our retard mate was like, come with me.
Fucking third wheeling on a date.
Yeah,
and
my girlfriend, and we watch
mate.
fucking Black Panther.
Good fucking one.
Takes these fucking... Anyway, so the point is, like, the TV show side of things is, I guess, a bit more stable. So you can afford to, like, because when you're doing a movie like Marvel, especially, they have to always play it safe, and that's what drives me away. With the TV shows, you can experiment more.
Just to summarize the movie. What are those?
Yeah, I hate it when they try and, like, use, like, really dated, annoying, like, meme culture to pander.
Yeah, no, fuck.
Never make a meme... Right, let me just say this. Regardless of a superhero movie, never make a meme reference in a movie. It's going to date it so quickly.
Yeah, easily. Too easy.
Anyway, the kind of thing about superhero movies is, like, they're just annoying, and I'm sick of them. I'll probably see, like, Infinity War, all the big ones, and Justice League Part 2 when it comes out, even though they might suck. Because I do feel like they could get better. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I may not have liked it as much as everybody else did. They didn't even like it that much. But I saw potential, and I'm like, they're getting a little better. Maybe they'll go full circle. Maybe they'll make something really special. Yeah. But they always have to play it fucking safe with films, and that's why Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I guess 1 to an extent.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy was just a fun sci-fi romp.
It was fun, but like, it's not great, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's really bad humor in it.
Yeah.
Comedy ruins like some dramatic scene with Drax being like, "Oh, I'm gay." And then, like, let's flip the script to TV shows, like I said I was going to do, like, 3 minutes ago.
I know.
Let's see. DC's got some, I guess, bangers, as you could say. They've got The Flash, which I haven't actually watched a single episode of The Flash. I hear it's okay. They've got Arrow, which has been going on for, like, almost 5 years or some ridiculous amount like that. I watched the first 2 seasons of Arrow. I enjoyed it. But at the same time, I feel like I don't want to rewatch it as immediately. What else? They've got a Supergirl show.
Yeah.
Which one of our mates really liked, but I don't really care about it.
Is it Supergirl?
Yeah, they have a Supergirl show. And they also have Legend of Tomorrow, which my brother really likes, so I'm actually tempted to watch it, but...
Yeah.
It is Supergirl, trust me.
Yeah, it is. I was just checking on you, just in case...
And then after that, we've got fucking... What else? The Marvel side of things. Marvel has, like, a really good, like, sort of Netflix deal.
Oh, yeah, they do. Like, Dead... I mean, the only
They've got some absolute gems.
Is Iron Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist I could not get into. And I think I can tell you why. It's because they tried the same, like, Daredevil approach. They just tried to make it a bit more bombastic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just kind of backflipped on them.
The whole idea of Like, the cool parts of Iron Fist was when he was using his fist.
Yeah.
Like, when he was blowing up, like, breaking through shit with his fist, which was the fucking cool part.
Now, here's the thing. Because it's our first episode, when we get to, like, let's say 17 minutes, I want to flip the script and we'll talk about other YouTubers and podcasts and free topics one episode.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's our first one, but let's say with Iron Fist, it's not even the worst thing ever. It's like
it's not bad.
A low to mediocre 7 out of 10.
But that being said, like, if you were to judge, like, every superhero movie on its plot, they would all be fucking 4s or 5s.
Yes,
because they're all
exactly.
fucking predictable.
But
they all go
yeah.
off a formula.
No, some of them do stray further. Like, for example, even though it's more of an action or dramatic or whatever, I really, really enjoyed Logan. I rewatched it the other day, and I'm like, well, this is just as good as I watched it last year.
I wouldn't say Logan's.
It's not a.
It's
It
not
has.
a super,
Yeah, but
it is a superhero movie, but it isn't.
it has Wolverine in it, and it's like the character you've grown up with, or I guess I did.
Yeah,
And just seeing his, I couldn't think of like a better conclusion for that character. Like they executed it so well. That's why I think Fox has like a slightly better grasp on the X-Men than Disney ever could.
Now Disney owns Fox now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad because I think everything's gonna feel more sort of samey after a while.
Yeah.
I am kind of scared of that, but I don't really care. I'll be gone.
What does Disney?
They're doing great with Star Wars.
But what? Yeah, are they though?
Yeah, the Last Jedi, everybody overreacted.
Yeah, everyone was divisive about Last Jedi.
Alright, look, they haven't done a bad film yet. Put it that way.
That's true.
Force Awakens.
There hasn't been a movie.
Force
where
Awakens
all
is like
played
nice.
that
It's
shit.
rewatchable every time. It's a solid film. Rogue One I really liked.
Rogue One,
Gareth
yeah.
Edwards did a good job. Last Jedi, pretty cool.
Last Jedi.
Han Solo one will probably be their first bomb. I don't feel like it's gonna be good.
I find Last Jedi. No, not Last Jedi.
Han Solo.
I find that's hard to judge.
I know it's not out, but I feel like it's not
But
going to be good.
There's so little information about it, though.
It's just it might be good. It might be amazing. It might be the
like,
second
the
coming of
timing of
fucking
it
Moses.
is-
I don't know.
I think the timing of it's really poor because it's like
Well,
on
they
Last
want to make
Jedi,
a Star Wars movie every fucking
so
year.
Disney's had to focus all their attention on Last Jedi because that's.
Alright, think
where the
about this.
moneymaker
Think about
is.
this. They had Last Jedi, and it was slightly controversial. Before that, Star Wars was under a lot of fire just a month earlier from the whole Battlefront 2 thing. That wasn't really Disney's fault. Disney even got mad at EA.
That was fucking EA's fault.
So Star Wars, at the time of, let's say, January 2018, were under a lot of pressure. They want to win back audiences. So let's say they want to release this movie a bit earlier to sort of, let the hate not last as long, I guess you could say. So that's why they're making the fucking Han Solo movie. Anyway, back to superhero. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it's like really...
Oh, shit, that'll be just after the party.
Fuck.
Yeah, after...
That is really fucking close.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. If Star Wars had like a Netflix series like Marvel does with, because Disney could probably organize that, maybe they'd do good. Like Marvel has a bunch right now. If they wanted to implement something from Star Wars, it'd probably go well.
Yeah. I mean, like,
so Iron Fist.
A Star Wars Netflix series would be good though.
Didn't they do like an April Fool's a few years ago? And they're like, oh fuck, it's
probably I can't remember, but that would just be cool because just in the
Netflix
sense of, like,
is like a gold mine and it's a dump at the same time. You'll find stuff that's okay, like Lucifer, which I quite enjoy. Then you'll find shit like fucking, I don't know, Iron Fist or Amy Schumer stand-up special, which gets recommended for some stupid reason because, right, fuck off. But yeah, generally I really enjoyed
You're really coming off as a like...
Yeah, I didn't watch The Punisher. I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch it in a week or so.
Watch The Punisher. I still need to watch Defenders.
I hear it's good. Defenders, I don't really care about.
Oh, there's so much shows on Netflix I need to watch in full stop.
That's the beauty of it. Like, there's just so much. You'll never be bored, really.
And not enough fucking time.
And if you are, you're just dumb. But like, let's see. Yeah, Jessica Jones I thought was really cool. Second season.
It was excellent because it was like, it's a superhero movie, but it's not
it's a superhero show.
It's more.
It's as I said, they can experiment more because it's not a safe, predictable movie that they spent millions of dollars on. It's a series.
Whereas like Luke Cage, Daredevil, Iron Fist are a bit more predictable.
Alright, Luke Cage was good though, and Daredevil I think was brilliant, especially the first season is probably the best. Same goes for things like Game of Thrones.
They're a bit because they're street level heroes. They're a bit darker, grittier.
Yeah.
Like they're going back to the 2000 superhero movie idea, where everything has to be dark and edgy.
Well, I don't like that because I don't want Marvel to sort of go in that direction, but at the same time, it makes them a ton of money. Like when Suicide Squad was everywhere before that came out. Like the whole like aesthetic, like Harley Quinn, she's hot, the fucking edgy like punk sort of thing. When it came out, it was shit. Nobody cared. I don't care. I thought it was terrible.
Well, what do you find bad about Suicide? I quite enjoyed
Suicide Squad had really bad pacing. The characters I give no single shit about, apart from like, I don't know, Harley Quinn. I really didn't like Jared Leto's Joker. Debate me on that all day. The story was dumb.
The Joker was meh.
The witch lady villain came out of nowhere and was like, fucking, it's the Enchanter or whatever.
Enchantress.
She's gonna fuck up everything, and it's just like, it's the world's ending. You gotta stop her. But where's Batman? Why can't he stop her?
Yeah, that was even weird. Where the fuck was everyone else?
And then another problem with Suicide Squad, if you watch it, and this is a point that I hate everything, like, sort of opened my eyes to, the movie starts, like, fucking 9 times. Like, there's a bunch of, like, different openings.
Yeah, like each of the characters receive an opening. And...
Do you know it was edited in fucking Adobe Premiere? The whole movie. I'm not
fucking
joking.
serious?
Search it up.
What?
Suicide Squad was edited in Adobe Premiere. I guess that's how little they gave a fuck about it. You know, I feel like they're gonna have hits and misses eventually. Suicide Squad was definitely a miss for me. Everybody else seemed to think it was alright. Like fucking Angry Joe gave it like an 8 or some ridiculous rating it didn't deserve. And then again, he liked it. I don't care. No, just type up Adobe Premiere. It's fucking Suicide Squad. Then again, getting back to the whole DC sort of fatigue or superhero fatigue in general. You know, it gets bombastic. It gets fucked up after a while. You get tired of it. Audiences are gonna like just get bored. Like, let's say, what's another trend that they had before superhero movies are Western movies.
But
that went out of fashion, and they really... I mean, it went out of fashion. They still make them.
Western's sort of been making a comeback to Tarantino, though.
I really did like The Hateful Eight. Loved it.
I fucking love Hateful Eight.
I just-
Django as well. Django Unchained.
Django Unchained was brilliant.
That was
I liked it.
fun. Anything by Tarantino is fucking amazing.
No, they still make Westerns. It's just not under the spotlight like it was back in, like, late 90s.
Did you
not
ever
late
watch
90s.
the remake of Magnificent Seven? Because that was fun as well. I don't know.
I watched the original, but I haven't watched the remake.
Yeah, the remake's pretty good. Like, it's just a fun action romp
Yeah.
as well. Like, if you go in there going, this is a Western standoffs, revolvers, horseback riding.
Yeah, but it's kind of like with the remake, it's going to be like they get access to more technology. They want to show off what they can do. Like, oh, it's this, but before we can add more explosions or more fucking gunfights, and we're going to jerk it off like it's a fucking dick measuring contest, and it just gets a bit, like, annoying after a while.
Yeah. It
Especially so
does.
over-reliant on CG.
Does.
When you remake something and you over-rely on CG, it's not going to be the same, is it? Like, what if they remade the original Star Wars trilogy? Not only would people go fucking nuts, obviously wouldn't be that good, because they could have, like, new sort of CG.
New technology.
Yeah, and, like, the prequels have aged terribly. If you go back and watch them, I watched them last year sometime. I thought they were fucking terrible. Like, worse than I thought.
Yeah.
They're not even that bad, but they're just bad.
Actually, what was the
But then the original, if you watch that, the CG still holds up. It looks fine.
Whilst talking about, like, remaking movies, what was the last new movie you saw in the cinemas?
Last new movie, the other week I saw fucking Greatest Showman. Didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
It was fucking musical.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's amazing.
Our mate would not shut up about, like, he kept gashing off like it was, like, awesome. It was crap.
I can't make a judgment. I haven't seen it. All I know is everyone's fucking going.
We saw Black Panther a while ago. I haven't been in. I didn't really like it. 6 out of 10.
I really want to go watch the fucking Shape of Water.
Oh no! What am I saying? I saw Shape of Water last week.
How is it?
It's great.
Fuck, I need to watch it.
People give it a bit of criticism for being weird. No, I like it.
It's
meant to be weird.
It's by Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro has made some great films recently, especially
he takes a lot of inspiration from Lovecraftian horror or Lovecraftian fiction.
And dude, if they're made in the right way, which the Shape of Water was, I enjoyed it the whole time. I saw it with my cousin. Me and her went to see it, and it was really great. The Shape of Water was just a solid film. It's got, like, great pacing. The characters, the big, like, waterman thing, the lizard thing, I'm like,
Well, it's supposed to sort of be an out of this
But even then, I know.
Actually,
even then, it wasn't even that bad. It was, like, nice. It was fun.
Well, actually, on that topic, if you just want to quick, like, I know this is sidetracking a little bit, but have you ever heard of the Call of Cthulhu video game that's coming out soon?
Call of Cthulhu. The fucking what?
The Call of Cthulhu game.
The Call of Cthulhu video game.
Call of Cthulhu. And, like, if you look at some of the images and the videos of it...
I am, like, so creeped out by, like, Cthulhu lore. I don't know why. Anything massive, like a Balrog from Lord of the Rings or Cthulhu, it's not scary. It just kind of creeps me a bit.
Yeah, like
Cthulhu, ugh.
Like, because they've released...
so is it, like some sort of, like, steampunk... Not steampunk.
No, not steampunk.
Just, like, sort of a very dark sort of fantasy sort of thing where you have to... I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like... It's kind of... Okay, so you know how there's... I think the best way to kind of explain it is... along the lines of... Have you seen... with... No, fuck, I'm doing a really bad explanation, actually. With...
Well, games is like a different beast altogether.
Outlast.
I loved Outlast. The
Outlast,
original
sorry.
beast.
That
The second one was alright.
I couldn't say it. I don't know why.
So it's like... Well, I am kind of fatigued out by, like, the whole... You can't fight back in a horror game. All you have to do is run or hide. It's just...
Because the spooky thing about... Because there's some stuff in this game that's got a bunch of mechanics focused around your sanity.
The sanity meter, like in Amnesia or Perfect Dark.
Yeah, sort of thing, right? Sorry, I was just trying to show you
That was a
something.
classic.
Yeah, but the whole idea of the sanity is just kind of make you just sit there and think like, oh god, what is real, what isn't real, sort of thing.
I like that sort of thing, like building on your own sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit.
Which makes you really think along the lines of like, oh, what is real, what isn't real, sort of along the lines. Which is honestly a bit more terrifying.
You know what I dislike kind of about, if we can switch the topic to video games? Have you noticed, and I know I made this point about DC,
they cause shootings.
not really liberal, but some of them try and annoyingly push the social justice spectrum a bit too much.
They cause shootings.
Have you played Mass Effect Andromeda?
I have not, and I'd rather
I
not
played
to because their faces are cement.
I won't name him, me and a mate from school, you know him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
We played through Mass Effect Andromeda, not together, but we both played through it, we shared our opinions, he enjoyed it a bit more than I did.
Yeah.
They go for this, and I'm not being a dick, but this is generally, play the game, if you've played it, you'll know what I mean. Mm-hmm. They peddle more of a safe social justice standpoint. Like there's,
how so?
Alright,
how
there's
do you peddle that when you're in a fucking another galaxy?
There's like this weird
explain.
There's this weird transgender character. They talk about like social norms at one point, and I'm just fuck off, Mass Effect.
What?
They switch it to an open world experience, which is fine. Literally, there's a conversation where your character Ryder talks to this chick. I think it was a chick about like social norms and shit, and like stop pandering, fucking hell.
Isn't there like a bunch of alien races in that series?
There is a Krogan. There is a fucking Krogan character in Mass Effect Andromeda that sounds nothing like a Krogan should sound like. There's also this character called Joel, which people are indifferent on. I personally think he's a cool... whatever.
He's a cool dude.
Joel is an okay character. But like even him, it just has a really stupid... Search up Mass Effect Joel right now.
Okay.
Yeah. JAAL or some shit like that.
Massive.
So Andromeda also pushed the social justice aspect, which past Mass Effects didn't do. So it's sad to actually play something that says Mass Effect.
Okay.
Look at it. What the fuck is it? It's like a penis head. What? Exactly.
What the fuck?
Past Mass Effects didn't do that.
I mean, what?
I can't even remember. I think Joel's a girl.
In past Mass Effects, you had the Krogan, Asari, is it?
Yep, Asari, fucking Taurians, whatever.
I can't even remember.
I can't remember. I liked playing through the first three.
I haven't even finished playing the first.
I didn't even hate the ending to the third one. I hated it, but I didn't hate it to the level that everybody sort of overreacted to. It's stupid, but
the thing with the third one was everyone was kind of expecting.
You see this retarded retarded godchild at the beginning of the game, and then he appears at the end, just like, oh fuck, this is what we've got. This is the route we're going. Thank fuck. I mean, not thank fuck. But yeah, even when Middle Earth Shadow War, they pushed the social justice thing by having like female Nazguls and rebellious female Nazguls, and what the fuck? That's not Lord of the Rings. There's this character who's also a bit of a bitch.
I don't even fully know the Lord of the Rings lore. Like I know, like I'm more interested in the Song of Fire and Ice lore.
Oh, that is complicated. That is fucking so not as complicated as like really old like First Age token lore. We're getting nerd territory, my favorite. But like it's fucking Fire and Ice lore. Look it up, man. It's so complicated and so long.
So fucking cool though.
Alright, George Martin, he's crafted like a beautiful world.
Yeah,
lots of lore.
Yeah.
Even the Game of Thrones is another one that sort of pushes the social justice aspect, but with video games in general.
Yeah, but the thing is that's a kind of different. Like again, with the whole.
Have you played Life is Strange?
Oh fuck! No, I have not.
It's not that good, and everybody's fucking nutting over it. I know I've said that a few times, but Life is Strange is basically this stupid fucking David Cage. I think it was David Cage narrative.
No, it's not David Cage.
Oh.
David Cage was not the one.
No, it's a stupid narrative.
Beyond Two Souls?
No, I haven't actually played that. Life is Strange is this narrative-based game. It's not very good. And it's like sort of like you play as this lesbian chick, and you get what I'm going at here. Basically, they constantly question the whole social justice thing. It pisses me off.
I haven't seen I get what you're saying. Like you're not liking it in your games. I get it. Or you're not liking it.
I play through these games because if I hear it's shit, I want to play through it to see if I think it's shit. Usually they are shit when I'm told they're shit, but there's a few exceptions where I've played a game that was quote unquote just terrible, and then I ended up having a nice time. Like Shadow of War, I really enjoyed. I kind of really enjoyed Battlefront 2 for at least the gameplay side of things. I didn't give a fuck about the loot boxes. I'd never spend a dime on that cancer. And I don't think you would either, because you don't want to... Not only support that industry morally, but it would just be annoying as hell to have that on your back. Like, oh my god, new loot boxes. Fucking get this gear piece, which makes you slightly better. It's just crap. The gaming industry has kind of died down a bit. And in terms of that, I mean their reputation, at least for me,
As
little
like,
retard kids on
expensive,
CS:GO and all that shit are always going to spend dimes
Oh
on it.
no, not the combat.
The reputation of the gaming industry has gone down, in my opinion, just because of the
Yeah.
scummy tactics that some of these companies,
But
for
that's
example,
the thing,
EA, sort of apply.
That's the thing when it comes to like business, because the ultimate goal of a business is to make money.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
you at
give a
least
shit
try and...
about anything else.
No, because they do give
They
a shit
will
to an
only-
extent.
they-
These people aren't complete sociopaths. They want to make an entertaining game at the end of the day. They're getting
Yeah,
paid
absolutely,
regardless.
Yeah.
But it's just that they don't want to fuck up their reputation like EA has many years ago and still has to this day
Yeah.
by putting in all these annoying, in my opinion, very scummy tactics such as microtransactions, such as like all these paid for patches, which really fucking get to me. Just annoying shit like that, man.
But the idea is because like if you look at because EA has a responsibility to its shareholders, to its staff members. Ultimately, as customers, they don't really care about us.
Yeah.
Because their job at the end of the day is to make money. So the thing is, if we're not going to buy loot boxes, they won't put loot boxes in. So ultimately speaking, if we want to make a change, we have to go, all right, collectively as a whole, to go, no, we're not.
That's the kind of feminist argument, like a lot of these egotistical cunts.
Yeah, but
I understand there are hardworking ones, but a lot of these egotistical cunts are like, we're going to change the world overnight, and you're a bigot if you don't agree. We're not going to change... People are going to change the industry of gaming overnight by saying, I'm not going to buy one loot box. And then when there's hundreds of thousands of little kids out there who have access to their mum and dad's credit cards who can just go, oh, fuck yeah, unturned knife and all this cancer.
Yeah, I know, fuck, yeah. But that's the thing, like, we can't, like, me and him just saying this shit is just not gonna, like, turn everyone around. We're like fucking nobodies in the fucking ocean of the internet.
Yeah.
So, fuck, it's like, we can say it, doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but who knows, they're just gonna come up with more and more ways.
As I said, I just hate the mentality of, I'm going to change the industry overnight.
As long as you've got time on your hands,
yeah,
you can fucking wait.
But like,
waiting is a very powerful tool.
I did not spend a dime on like the Shadow of War loot boxes, the fucking Gears of War sort of loot box shit, I don't give a fuck about Call of Duty, and I think Black Ops 4 was just announced. I'm not going to buy it because I don't care.
I saw that. Holy fucking shit, Treyarch is like fucking pissed me off.
It's not the worst idea. People are overly angry. I don't even think they're that angry. What am I saying? I've seen a few angry tweets, but like the logo looks kind of ridiculous. It's like 1111
Yeah, I know. And then I read an article that said, what's eventually going to bring onto the Switch Black Ops 11111111111.
Back in 2015.
They just keep going.
Back in 2015, they implemented microtransactions into Black Ops 3. I had no expectations for that fucking shit game. I still don't to this day. Terrible story, good gameplay. And then that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I didn't care. I gave up on Call of Duty 2013 with Ghosts. I don't care anymore. I like things like Battlefield 1. I really enjoy. I still play to this day. I enjoy it that much.
Battlefield 1 was amazing. I love it.
Dude, I'm still playing with Jonathan to this day online. It's great.
Awesome.
It's because it's a good game. Even it'll have short campaigns.
I mean, even though there's less guns, but that could be chopped up to it's World War One. What are you expecting?
Yeah, exactly. People seem to think if you want historical accuracy, you can't push this social justice sort of norm. Like, there can't be women in World War One fighting like fucking heroes. They can't be like
fighting, but it was a very small. Like if they wanted to, what they could do is.
Alright, you get the bulk of what I mean.
As a fun, like a little fun thing that they could have done is like because. Statistically, I don't know what this. I think it was like 1 in 1,000 troops were women.
Yeah.
So what they could do is you could just randomly respawn as a woman, which would be a nice way to accurately go, "Hey, this is an accurate depiction."
But there weren't women in World War One fighting.
There were.
There wasn't. There's like nurses and shit, wasn't there?
No, there was.
I'm pretty sure their role. I'm not being a dick. Was back then. Back then. Repeat. I said back then. Their role was to stay home and have children and shit. And Battlefield 1 sort of has this really cool thing where it's like, hey, we'll have a Gallipoli campaign, we'll have a Normandy, what am I saying? Not Normandy campaign or whatever. It'll be great. This is giving me like modern history flashbacks, year 10. Fucking get rid of it. Like, they'll mix it up.
The Russians had a few women battalions. They fought well, and they provided propaganda value. But that being... the Finnish Civil War with more than so there were women that fought in conflicts around World War One.
All right, thanks for clarifying that for me, mate.
So yeah, women did fight in World War One.
All right,
it is possible to be.
Yes,
it is quite possible it could be done. But that being said, it's just kind of like, well, that's code you gotta write.
But with Battlefield 1, it's like, you can have your own custom character go online. It's great fun, really. The campaign is good, and I like a solid campaign, even though I'm not a biggest fan of Battlefront 2 that just came out. and they were under a lot of pressure,
Oh.
justifiably under a lot of
Don't get me
pressure.
started.
I literally I enjoyed it because it had a decent campaign. Even if the campaign wasn't great, I still enjoyed the fact that I like Battlefront 2 more than Battlefront 1, just for the fact that they put a bit more effort into it. I just hate how it's designed around this shit loot box system.
You know what? I think we should probably call that as a day. Sorry, because
All right.
Yeah, let's just
end it here.
call it a day. Yeah. So,
Fair enough, mate. All right, guys.
everyone-
Yeah. If you want to listen to us, subscribe. I guess I don't really care. Don't fuck off.
Whatever.
We have Twitter accounts. We'll link that in the description for you. We'll try and post whenever we can. Have a nice day, boys and girls. Coinflip.